Hey there, everybody. Parks Owsley here with Inven Global, and I'm joined by Huhi, the support for Golden Guardians. You are in your first week back, starting on support for this team. How are you feeling being back on this LCS squad?
I think being back on LCS it definitely feels good. I like kind of realized how competitive I am as a person. And also I just think I'm just learning so much more and using my time so much better than being in the academy. So I'm overall happy about that.
Yeah, I know that's got to be a great feeling. What was it like being in academy for you? Uh, I know people like Svenskaren have talked about in the past how they had to kind of change their perspective and really work on some things. So, how was it for you the first half of this split being in academy?
Um, I mean, at first I was just like making sure like trying to figure out what I can improve on. Um, and with the team that I had on the academy, I think we just tried to make sure like we're like playing as a team and just getting on the same page as well. And especially with Alex since he is new to or Gorica since he's new to the pro scene, like it was we had to kind of like give him like how he should react to criticism or like how he should play on stage, what kind of like some like laning tips too. And I think most of the time like in academy, I think we spend the time on that.
Hmm.
And being on LCS, it's kind of the opposite. Where like now like more so than giving feedback, I'm getting some feedbacks back, and I know what I should be working on and stuff like that.
I know that Anero specifically mentioned your ability to communicate and kind of understand and break down the game for the team, and that's something that the team really needed. As you know, going into the later half of the split, that was something they were lacking before. Was that something that you were focusing on yourself specifically, or just something you kind of already had from mid lane and you were focusing on other things?
I think I it's something that I had starting from mid lane. Like I don't want to like say that I'm smarter than other players, but I think I put more thought into it. And when I play mid lane, it was true that I had less time to talk about those things. When I'm playing, I'm trying to CS. When I'm trying to like watch my skill shot, watch their skill shot, stuff like that. And when I rolls up to support, I thought there was a lot more room. Like now I'm timing summoners whenever I can. Like I'm looking at them have like half of my gameplay time, and because of that, I just can like see what we should do, what they're doing, what we should do to counter what they're doing, stuff like that. So I think it's just yeah, it just comes off naturally. That the communication, and they just see a lot of value in it.
Hmm. So, what was it? What was the off-season experience like for you, especially when you role swapped to support and you performed pretty well? Obviously, getting used to it all last summer, and then found out that you weren't going to be starting this year
Mhm.
for your same team. What was that like for you, and what was your mindset for moving forward this split?
Um, I mean, like the off season, like I think like everyone who is not starting on LCS will not feel that good, because they're not getting what they want, and I definitely felt that way too. And yeah, like at first, like obviously there's just some sort of anger or like some regret, or like why didn't I try harder, or like why I didn't play better, stuff like that, and like some sadness. But like the more like you think about that way, I think the more negative person you become, and the more like bad you'll play, stuff like that. And I think it's a snowball effect. And for me, it's just like whenever I feel that way, I try to like find something positive from my life, like like still playing like what I love to do as my job, and I can still improve on academy. So I try to like take what I can and do the best with what I have. So that was my mindset.
I like that mindset, and it's good to see you back here, of course. What's your thought moving forward? I did talk to Anero yesterday. He said that based on right now, they said this is what they're going with. It's not you and Keith duking it out every single scrim time. So they're deciding to go with you. Where are you going to go with that from there on out?
I mean, for me, it's only been a week of practice that I got with my LCS team, but I actually think we were really good, and we can only get better because even in scrims, like we're trying to get on the same page still. Like we're talking about basic stuff, and I feel like once that get cleared, like we're gonna be so much better than other teams. We're gonna play like a team and stuff like that. So I really think my goal right now is just I just want to make sure we make the playoff, and I think we can do some great stuff there.
Good luck, of course. One thing I want to ask about, you have always, back when you were in the mid lane, you had an immense champion pool. Now in support, your first game back, you pulled out the set. Maybe we'll see an Aurelion Soul, probably not. But what is your, I don't know, how are you able to pull out all of these champions in the support role?
I'll say like I'm still kind of getting held back. Sometimes, like for example, when Mage was played in the bottom, I wanted to play the Mage, stuff like that. But yeah, like I think it's just about like picking the right champion at the right time. Like obviously, I don't like since bottom is like about me and FBI together. It's not like mid like where like my champion matters for only myself, you know. So my champion matters to FBI, so it's kind of important how he feels about the champions that I pick, stuff like that. So yeah, like we're definitely gonna try like different stuff and also try to stick on the like the meta stuff. But like I think we're pretty like creative and open with everything. So
Well, it's very exciting. So thank you. LCS sometimes can get stale with the Tom Kench first pick.
Yeah.
So I appreciate a set flexing to the support role. That's pretty fun. So you played with FBI before last summer. Have you noticed any change in him? Because I know obviously the team they've really put their heads down and said, we're not going to be 10th place. We're going to make it to playoffs no matter what everybody says. And I know that FBI has been working really hard. Did you notice any change from him?
Not really. I think he's the way how he is. Like he's been always hardworking and he puts all his effort towards League of Legends, and sometimes that's worrying because he doesn't really take care of himself. But yeah, I think he's just a great player. I think he's pretty underrated, and he's kind of showing back this play because like last play it was his first play on LCS. He was trying to get adjusted. Like he didn't have a great time, so people didn't really had a good perception about him. And I think what he's doing right now is like pretty good. Like he's being on team mindset, but also focusing on himself in a positive way. So I think he can be one of the best AD carry.
Yeah, I think he's, as far as when you look at his screen, like on ProView, you can tell he has like the faker mentality of just clicking tab a bunch of times and all the F keys. Do you ever like just see his screen moving off on the side? Does it make it dizzy for you at all?
I mean, it's pretty famous in our team that like whenever he plays, he has a tendency to press Z, and then it gives us a pretty big headache. You know, like. But the thing is, like, he doesn't notice that he does that. So it's just pretty funny. Like whenever he plays, it's like half of his screen is blocked off by the chat. But he can play that way, so we're not questioning it.
It works out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Do you have anything that you want to say to your fans now that you're back in the LCS? They get to say hi again.
I mean, to my fans, I guess they always like show great support, so I really appreciate them. And obviously, to my biggest fan, to Angela, as well. And my dogs. And yeah, I'm working hard for you guys, so.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the interview. And thank you all for watching. We will catch you next time.